Maybe it is time for the great Martin Scorsese to retire from the world of cinema.
Give me the rest of the fucking bread. Hey.
By becoming an advisor for the AI company Black Forest Labs, he has indirectly redefined the perception of how films should be made. And this is, of course, very dangerous, especially for workers in fields directly connected to the film industry, and even for the meaning of cinema itself. We certainly know how Mean Street, Taxi Driver, and Raging Bull emerged not merely as films, but as cultural shocks that fundamentally changed the landscape of modern cinema. The three of them, born from Martin Scorsese's cinematic vision, collectively broke convention, redefined aesthetic, and deepened the psychological capacity of the film medium. They are also often argued to represent a new approach to realism and violence, a radical exploration of character subjectivity, and a liberation of cinematic language. But with a legacy that monumental and having a big name, is this not all the more worrying for the future, when people will make AI the spearhead of filmmaking and begin to forget the human touch? I mean, he has a big name. It is impossible that the next generation will easy to say, well, Martin Scorsese himself uses AI, why shouldn't we? What feels strange, perhaps even painful, is imagining the same figure who once spoke passionately about cinema as art, now sitting at the advisory table of a company that, like it or not, is widely seen as threat to the very existence of cinema itself. Was it not in defending the argument of cinema as art that Martin Scorsese dared to poke at Marvel as something that is not cinema, and even said that watching Marvel is like going to a theme park, where there is only amusement and no essential meaning? We certainly have not forgotten that the great Martin Scorsese said that, have we? And after his statement was widely disputed and went viral on social media, Martin finally made a clarification about his words by saying, and I quote, that cinema is about revelation, aesthetic, emotional, and spiritual, and about characters, the complexity of people, and their contradictory and sometimes paradoxical natures, the way they can hurt one another and love one another and suddenly come face to face with themselves. It was already clear that he once said that to mocking Marvel by claiming that films must be deep, must be full of emotion and spiritually. And now, by allowing himself to be assisted by AI, are not his own definition of cinema is just bullshit? Because we know that AI is not a human being full of emotion, it is only a robot that understands nothing but algorithm. Yes, we know that Martin Scorsese is only being helped by AI for something as simple as storyboard development. And he himself once said that he always struggles to translate what is in his head into the set when shooting is underway. But is that not exactly what makes Martin Scorsese is Martin Scorsese? Was it not the embrace of human error throughout his career that made him so great and gave birth to his best films like Goodfellas? I mean, come on, Marty. If you, with your big name and great legacy, encourage people to work with AI, then cinema will be ruined in the future. Films will no longer have a definition that is deep, emotional, and spiritual. Perhaps future films will be filled only with AI slop, and because the budgets will become cheaper, maybe the workers will not be hired, and the film industry will be completely destroyed. And it will happen because of your sin, oh great Marty. How could the direction of cinema nearly shift toward something this bad? How could the same director who wrote a long essay about the importance of human beings trying to convey emotional and psychological experiences to other human beings now help a company whose technology potentially removes human being from the creative process? Of course, bootlickers among Scorsese fans will argue that he does not necessarily support AI replacing humans. Maybe he sees AI as a tool that can be used wisely. Maybe he wants to ensure that AI is developed while still respecting human art and creativity. But this argument is difficult to sustain when we look at the reality of the industry today. Major studios have already started using AI for various purposes. Some have even openly stated their interest in using AI in film production. In this context, Scorsese is present as an AI advisor, whatever his intention may be, will always be interpreted as legitimation. And this is the painful irony. Scorsese criticized Marvel because he considered their films not cinema. Yet now he is involved with technology that has the potential to destroy cinema itself, not merely turn it into a theme park but erase it altogether.
Hollywood films are, as you say, like Spider-Man, which Sam Raimi's films I like actually, and I'm very glad that it was a big success. But it widens the gap because the amount of money that was spent, the amount of money that has to be made back on Spider-Man, the amount of money that could be spent, that could be made on it. I mean, the studios are a lot of the studios are in all the studios are in the business, being in the business to make some money. But as I say, it's a business, and you have to make money.
In the end, what we are facing here is a question about the future of cinema, the future of art, the future of human beings as creative creatures. Martin Scorsese has given us so much. His films have changed the way we see the world. He has proven that cinema can be serious art, that film can be a medium for deep psychological and spiritual exploration. For that, we will forever be in his debt. But because of that, we have the right to be disappointed. We have the right to feel betrayed. We have the right to ask why. Why did he choose to become an advisor to an AI company? Why did he give legitimacy to a technology that has the potential to destroy cinema as art? Maybe one day Scorsese will provide an answer. Maybe he will write another essay as he did to explain his criticism of Marvel. Maybe he will explain that his involvement with AI is actually meant to ensure that this technology is developed while still respecting art and human creativity. Or perhaps not. Or maybe not. Maybe he will remain silent, letting his actions speak, and in that silence, we must keep asking, keep criticizing, keep the flame of cinema burning.